At Carolina Arthritis Center, Health, our experienced team offers arthritis.com to schedule. That number is 252-321. Carolina Arthritis Center,
where your journey to health begins.
Takeaway, right? That's it. Takeaway. Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, shout out to you, Tonya Miao said I can hear you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you're listening, great thing. Yes, we can be heard now on YouTube. So if you're having any issues hearing us on YouTube, please feel free to reach out and let us know so we can fix this. Yes, you see, that's why we love you all who listen and engage with us. Everything is good now, I suppose, right?
you will, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Yes. Yes, yes. Top Community News Recap proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. Let's go.
So it's the first one says state leaders honors veterans in Greenville.
Yes, North Carolina Governor Josh Stein and Military and Veterans Affairs Secretary Jocelyn Mitnall Mallet joined local residents at Greenville's Town Common to celebrate Veterans Day. Despite freezing temperatures, nearly 100 people attended the ceremony organized by the Pitt County Veterans Council. Stein, in his first Veterans Day as governor, praised veterans for their courage and sacrifice, reminding everyone that North Carolina is home to more than 600,000 veterans and the largest military installation in the country, Fort Bragg in Fayetteville. He urged the states to work together to ensure veterans have full support as they transition to civilian life. Secretary Mallet, an Air Force veteran with deep roots in Eastern North Carolina, highlighted the teamwork and unity that military families represent. She also promoted the state's NC Serves program, which connects veterans and their families to resources like housing, healthcare, and employment. Retired Brigadier James Gorham of Falkland said it meant a lot that state top officials came to Greenville, calling it a powerful sign of respect for the sacrifices of local veterans. Yes.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
On to the next one, we have ECU students celebrate housekeepers in healthcare.
Yes, at East Carolina University, more than 500 students from medicine, discussion where ECU and ECU Health Medical Center housekeepers shared how their work contributes to patient care. Dr. Biba Das from the College of Health and Human Performance led the conversation, reminding students that cleanliness and compassion go hand in hand in healing spaces. Panelist and long-time ECU housekeeper Linda Spell shared how small acts of kindness and teamwork can brighten her day and connect her with students and patients. Kevin Spencer, ECU Health Environmental Services Manager, said the event helped students see the big picture of teamwork in healthcare, where everyone from doctors to housekeepers and custodians plays a critical role in healing. The program also encourages future health professionals to build stronger relationships with all members of their care team. Yes.
Okay. The next news here says Google approves grant to hire 8 new police officers.
Yes, Greenville City Council voted unanimously to accept a $1 million federal grant from the U.S. Department of Justice to hire eight new police officers. The city will add another $783,000 in local funds to cover salaries, benefit, and equipment for the next 3 years. After that, the city will take over full funding. Police Chief Richard Tyndall said the new positions will help reduce overtime, increase patrols, and strengthen community policing programs. City leaders also approved 325 and $500,000 in design work, 325, 323, $500 in design work for upgrades at the former ECU Northrop complex, now leased by the city for the next 50 years. Plans for Northrop include fixing drainage, improving turf and adding stormwater and water system for the 120-acre facility, which will host local sports and tournaments. Yeah, someone said the YouTube is mute again. Um, and it's good now. Say yours, you say something.
No,
Can
no.
you all
So,
hear?
so,
Can you
so
hear everybody? Said it's clear now. Someone said it's clear now.
no, no. It's just good that it's a bit clear. I mean,
Okay.
because because do you get? Because I mean, something is
Wrong.
definitely
Oh
off.
yeah.
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 No,
So on
we just
one,
work with
yeah,
facts now.
on the one
So
hand, it's sad.
what if
Yeah.
I also it's gonna be recorded.
Yeah. So on the one hand, it's sad, but then on the other hand,
Let's
it's
try
great
to help.
engagements to, yeah, having people like check up and let us know how it's going. So AY Patrick is going to unmute his laptop mic now. Let's see if that works.
Okay, we also have ECU Dental School hosts Smiles for Veterans Clinic.
Yes, East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine honored veterans this week with its Smiles for Veterans Clinic, offering free dental care to those who serve. Dental students, residents, and faculty provided cleanings, fillings, extractions, and root canals, um, totaling more than $13,000. Free care for 30 veterans. Since launching in 2018, the program has provided over 250,000 dollars in dental services to more than 500 veterans across North Carolina. Dr. David Donald Worm, a veteran and ECU faculty member, said many veterans go years without seeing a dentist because they can't afford it or aren't eligible for VA dental benefits. Patients like retired ECU professor and Army veteran Richard Spro, that's my friend, said the event was amazing and helped fill a major need. Dental student Carol Mills said serving veterans reminded her why she chose the profession, to give back to those who gave so much. The program reflects ECU's mission to serve communities with limited access to care while teaching future dentists the power of compassion and service. Yes, that is all we have today for our top community news recap, proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. Yes, guys, I believe like you're good now on YouTube, right?
Yeah, for the most part,
I
I
think
think.
so. For the most part again. That is, yes, interesting. All right. Yes, now to our community voices. Yes, so today on Big Perspectives, we are discussing the costs of making it, the cost of success, which is a very, very interesting topic. Do you have to leave home to succeed? So basically, we are going to talk about what success really means or what making it really means, especially when it looks like moving away, whether from your hometown, your networks, maybe your culture, and we talk about like brand drain versus homegrown features and how place can hold us back or propel us. So yes, we will explore these stories and not just for us out here in the studio. We want to hear from you too. We want to hear from you. Does success mean staying true to where you're from or adapting wherever you land? And then has your environment, does it hold you back or does it push you forward? you know um hmm, let's see I wonder if we're having feedback on YouTube. Are we? Oh, okay, we good. All right, so yes, we're asking folks, does success mean staying true to where you are or where you're from or adapting wherever you land? Or and then has your environment ever held you back? Or does your environment push you forward? Yes, we want to hear from you as always. Our phone lines are 252-756-2008. 252-756-2008. We have just a couple seconds before we go on
Yeah,
a break,
and
guys. But yeah, you wanted to say something.
I mean, just a way of introducing the whole thing.
Mhm.
Like, if you look back the history of humans,
Hmm.
it's always
Okay.
been one movement or the other. Migration is part of.
Yeah, people don't realize it
Do you understand? So
from
from
the
those
Bible
the
days.
way Christians were
Yeah,
talking about it,
I
like,
mean, even in other religions, too,
yeah,
I imagine Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, related to from I guess somewhere to Mecca and Medina. But go ahead.
so we've always been moving from place to place. So I don't know why there's so much fuss about migration these days, but maybe we'll get back on
Yes,
the break.
yes. Don't touch the dial. See you across the break.
Hello, my name is Daniel Grable. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio
Now,
107.5 FM,
let's make the manager
1570 AM, WECU. Looking for the
you
perfect
know they
place
hear
to grow
yourself.
your business? Welcome to the LJPK Business Center, Greenville
If
Sports Hub
you
for
unmute
entrepreneurs,
your mic and
innovators,
talk.
and creators. With private
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, you're still tuning into Peak Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network, your favorite radio show where we share stories, celebrate culture, and inspire community from right here in Greenville, Eastern North Carolina, to the rest of the world. Yes, I'm seeing someone on the chat. Obrigado. Okay. Yes, we're talking about does what's the price? We're talking about the price, the cost of making it, the cost of success. Does one need to leave their home to make it? And yeah, AY, you were trying to say something. I don't know if we can all hear AY clearly, but say something.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
so
someone picks up on it.
I'll say that it's always been part of human,
The
existence.
condition, human
Yeah,
condition.
so
Yeah,
human beings will always move, and sometimes it's driven by, access to
right.
resources. Sometimes it's driven by, sometimes even, family. Sometimes maybe you have to come
Yep.
somewhere and be with them. Some other times, just desire.
And some people
People
are
just
some
do
people
get,
are running away from wars or something too,
yeah, yeah.
right? And go ahead.
There is that too, right? So it's always been, it's not out of place to have people move from place to place,
Right,
right? It's not something strange for human beings to move. It's natural, it's normal.
right.
I don't think we are designed to just stay in one place, actually.
Interesting.
Some people will actually be in one place, but not everybody will be, right? So there will be movements across boards. People will move for different reasons. People who go to places that you think are like maybe even not as great or as good as you think they should be. And then they do get for business, right? So it's important and it's necessary. And I'm happy we are having this conversation this morning.
Right.
But back to the question itself, what is the cost of living, right? Like, do you have to be
Cost of
successful, right?
yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think you have to live where you are to be successful. However, it's important that you identify what is needed for your own journey.
Mm-hmm.
Because at different points in time, we need to make moves that
Mm.
that favors our journey.
Mm.
Do you understand? So at the point where you are in your journey, whether it is your school, so for example, you are here to get master's degrees, right? Or to get degrees, some people have
Education,
master education, right? Maybe not master's degrees, some people, different. But the idea is that you're here for school, right?
okay.
At that point, if you decide not to move and go and get the degree you need, it's probably going to affect you along the line based
Okay.
on your own vision or your journey or what you
Okay.
will plan to achieve in life. So you must have said, okay, at this point, I need this particular degree to add to what I have to be able to get to where I'm going to. So it's
Mm.
important that you identify that point in your own journey, which is obviously custom made for you, and then you hold that line at that point. So
Okay.
that I don't think it's necessary that everybody that will be successful has to move at some point. No,
Mm.
it isn't. But at the same time, if you should move, I will decide to stay back, it might affect you. So I think I'll hold it there for now.
That is interesting. So yeah, what do you think, Patrick? What do you think? Like, people need to move
Um,
to.
well, it depends, I think, right? I think it depends. You know, you are made by the your environment definitely
Right, right,
shapes
right, 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 right.
whether or not you're successful in life. That that is a given. Like your environment,
Can hold you
a
back.
person, yes, a person in Europe or in the US or in the North, has a higher chance of being successful just because the economic status is better than that of
Interesting.
say a country in Africa, right? Because the economy is better there. The chances of getting a job straight after school is better there. So what I'm saying
You
is,
have to explain that because some of our listeners might not understand the context, though.
okay, so this is the context, right? We all know history, or some people, but for the most part, we know history.
But look at this. Look at this Gen Z
For the most,
proudly proclaiming we all know history.
for the most part,
Really, what history do you know, young man?
we need to know history so that it does not repeat itself.
This guy going on.
Uh,
What history do you know?
well, what
The
I'm
history of
saying
South
is,
Africa.
yes. Okay, let me give. I think
Your
giving a South
history.
African perspective makes more
South
sense,
African
right?
history, yeah.
Yes. I don't know how many of
You.
you, the listeners, know. I don't know how much you guys know about South Africa, but South Africa was through a system of regimic racism, which is called apartheid, and that left most black people at a disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of being successful because they were not allowed to go to university, they were not allowed to do certain jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and that gets passed to generations.
Right.
And that's starting to get fixed now, but you can imagine these people have had since 1994 to start fixing this, while others have been this way
Mm-hmm.
since the start of time. And when Nelson Mandela became president, he didn't reverse that to affect others negatively. He made it fair for everyone, but at the same time, it's not fair for everyone because some people are starting from from square one, as they like to say in South Africa.
It's a saying everywhere, but
Exactly. Others are starting from square one while others are already at square 12. And it's already an imbalance.
okay.
And so a way to fix that is to go to a different country sometimes. And you go where the economy is better, hoping that if you do your best, you do your absolute best, your chances are you're gonna make it, right?
Hmm.
So that's how it generally is. And I feel like some people are born to be successful.
I
And it's a
don't.
myth.
What?
I'll tell you this. I'll
What?
say this.
What?
I'll say this.
Blasphemy. What?
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like some people are just built to be successful because of their hardworking nature.
Hmm?
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, it makes sense.
What?
But
No, hold on. Say it
I
again.
disagree with
We have
you.
a caller on the
Right?
line.
Wow.
So you have a caller, so let's take that.
Good morning. You're tuned live on Pitt Perspectives and Awesome Radio. Who do we have on the line? Oh, welcome. How you doing this morning, brother? Yeah, we're handling, we're handling. Yes, this morning we're talking about the cost of success, and we are asking folks if does success mean staying true to where you're from or adapting wherever you land? And then we're asking folks if their environment has ever held them back or pushed them forward in achieving success. What do you have to tell us this morning, Babatunde?
Well, definitely think you have to adapt,
Mm,
survive as well to grow. I'm
mm,
a startup founder myself, and I do travel recreational medicine. And
mm-hmm,
it's a big underlying thing that the environment can directly affect your experience in life, how fast you learn, and how quickly you adapt. What you're around, the energy that you're exposed to.
mm-hmm,
And I think it's important, but at the same time, being anchored to your roots and knowing what foundation is most important. Those are going to be the most important things to keep you safe and
right.
grounded when the environment changes.
Hmm, that's interesting. So you think one doesn't necessarily need to move out from where they're from to succeed. Is that correct?
No, I don't think you have to move away. I do think that you have to find a way to get some other reference experience. You have to see other perspectives besides your own and besides your own. So you have to. And I think if you don't, you will be limited. Now, it doesn't mean you have to leave where you are
Mm-hmm,
permanently, but you're
mm-hmm,
not. You have to think somewhere else.
mm-hmm,
Not necessarily it would help, definitely. It would definitely be positive to see somewhere else environmentally,
mm-hmm,
meet other people,
mm-hmm,
experientially.
mm-hmm.
But I don't think you have to relocate, permanently. Definitely not. But I think finding some way to have exposure that
Right,
is safe
right,
and also manageable and sustainable is
right,
necessary for human beings to evolve. So
right, right.
you're teaching us a lot of opportunities to grow and evolve.
Wow, wow, wow,
Something
wow.
you can read, something you can't only read about, and
Right,
people are smarter than people.
right.
And
That's
I
that's
think that's very good.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us, Cindy. We have to go on a break right now. Please don't touch the dial on Peak Perspectives and Awesome Radio. See you after the break.
I am Miss Mary Cox. I'm Killer Victim's mother from Awesome
Did you see
Radio.
how?
We provide community information, education, and awareness.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back. In case you just joining us from anywhere in the world, you're tuned in to Peak Perspectives on Awesome Radio 107.5 FM, 1570 AM WECU. Yes, this is the show where we share stories, celebrate culture, and inspire community right here from Greenville, Pitt County, Eastern North Carolina to the rest of the world. Yes, before we went on the break, we are talking about a very interesting topic, the cost of success, the cost of making it. Do you have to leave home to succeed? Yes. And I think we have some messages on the chat, whether you're listening or watching us on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere else.
Yes, we
Yes, we
want
want to hear from
you.
you.
Yes,
Yes,
Traffic,
Traffic,
you're
you're
going
going
to
to
read
read
the
the
conversation
conversation
and
and
bring
bring
saying
saying
something.
something sometimes.
Oh yeah, it said sometimes you have to leave home to find the success that's waiting for you. And then it also said leaving your home country to study, somewhere like the US can be the first step towards that success that you're meant to achieve. And then I'm gonna take it just a while back. I don't know if it's Tonya Mile
Mhm.
said married and towards the end of our CR1
Yeah, right.
process, I have no idea. How would you advise I can best prepare them for the transition? I've had challenges introducing our two teen boys with just one chore, clean the kitchen. Well, if my experience serves to say anything, uh, teen boys like to do what they want to do. So, but a great way that my
Oh,
parents
I
got
see. So CR1 is like involves like I think it's like an immigrant visa for a spouse of a US citizen. But go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Yeah, so anyways, to introduce teenage boys to chores, I remember my mom would give us like she would so we used to like to watch TV.
Okay. I
You
mean,
know,
you still do, but yeah, go ahead.
no, I don't. We used to like to watch TV, and so she would let us only turn on the TV if the dishes and the house was clean. So that was the condition. We could turn on the TV only after those things were done. So giving them an incentive could be one, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever they like to do, and knowing that they're teenage boys, they probably like to play some games.
See, you grew up in a very interesting time. Nobody was incentivizing. The incentive was slap. The incentive was slap. You know,
I
they
mean,
go watch this slap. You go watch out. Which one is incentive
I
for
mean,
doing what you're supposed to do as a kid in the house?
yes. For us, it was
Wow,
food and TV.
different generations.
Yes, if we wanted to eat, the house had to be clean and the dishes had to be clean. Only after when those were done could we eat or watch TV or do what we wanted. So incentives could be a good way to go in this current day and time. I do not advise beating, please. Yes.
Yes, that's interesting. Yes, back to yes, you heard that, Tonya. The Gen Z, the resident Gen Z. It's you just talking with so much experience. Like when I was 18, like how was it? My God, this guy. Ah, Jesus. See, when I was 18, talking about history. If you know history, what?
Yeah.
My God. Ah, we don't suffer. But it's all good. Yes, Tonya, yes, the resident Gen Z is giving you some tips on incentivizing your teen boys, with like the shows and stuff. Yes, we're talking about, so let's talk about the value of staying and building locally. And I feel some sense of not guilt, or I also understand the dichotomy here. We're talking about one needs to stay or leave to achieve success, yeah. And we are here all the way from, Nigeria and South Africa. Yeah, so I'm wondering how, that sort of plays out. But I think the way I usually frame it, I feel like it's easier for me to help Nigeria from here. For instance, I feel like it's easier to help home from here. Granted, Eastern North Carolina, we were talking about it just before we went online, how Pitt County is a tier one county. So tier one counties are counties that are, economically distressed, whether it's unemployment rate, economic development, you know, yeah, population growth or a lack of population growth and all of that. So Pitt County is considered a tier one county. So one of the challenges with tier one counties and as such, Pitt County is retention. Retention is a big issue too. So that speaks to kids that are born here and thinking, oh, they have to move out of here to achieve success, which is interesting too, because I'm wondering, yes, if you grew up here around this area in here, would love to hear from you about what you think if you need to move out from here to achieve success, you know. So I think it's a paradox of sorts, I guess for us too. And it's also interesting how, okay, we have a caller on the line. Good morning. You're tuned in live on to Peak Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Who do we have on the line?
Good morning.
How you doing, brother?
I'm going to work trying to find my egg to fix my breakfast.
To fry your egg.
Yeah, I have egg too.
How much you dey enjoy you? Wow, that's amazing. I beg, remain small for us. So.
Why I listen to my every Saturday morning therapy.
Yeah, so we say Saturday morning therapy. Yes. So this morning we are talking about the price of success, the cost of making it, and we are asking folks, do they think they need to leave home? Do they think they need to move out from where they're from, to succeed? And then we also asking folks too if we're also asking folks too if success means staying true to where they are from or adapting wherever they land. What do you think about that, bro?
All right. This will come in two ways.
Okay.
Number one of it is that you must not live where you are
Mm.
to be successful
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because life, everybody has its own kind of, let me say, in my country, they say children in the meaning that everybody has his or her own guidance that lives
Mm.
in for us to wherever, but you must struggle, you must work hard.
You must put in the work here.
Yes, regardless of wherever you are.
Right. Right.
Secondly, if you still live wherever you are to another place,
Mm-hmm.
that means we call it some people will say we leave home to keep
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Interesting. Right.
So that is the second part of it, but I will not the second part of it, but I was the Bible this
Mm-hmm.
morning.
Oh wow.
So this
Mm-hmm.
morning.
Oh wow.
So migration. So in my Bible and in life today, in life today,
Mm.
understand.
Right.
Either where you are, where you wear before, it's not conducive for you. So you now have to make that place to go to another place for you to be taken in a more conducive place. For example, Abraham left you and right?
Mm-hmm.
And Israelites migrated from Egypt to where? To the promised land. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Joseph, Mary, and Jesus left for them because of Pharaoh.
Pastor Onyemayo. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So sometimes it don't bring some portion in
Right. Right.
people migrated. Okay, take a look at Ruth and Naomi.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That means the migration is not going
Right.
Understand? So we here, okay, for me, now I left England, United States. Is to succeed. Is a winner factor. Understand?
Right. Did we lose you?
Are you there? Okay. I can't.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think we lost you, Onyemayo. Please call back. We are talking about moving to greener pastures. Oh, yes. Please call back. That was interesting talking about the Bible and how migration actually has been is a huge theme in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes. That's interesting. So yes, we're still talking about the price of success, how, do you need to move out to succeed? And I think something else we want to talk about too is support systems. Yeah, how do people feel at home in a place? Because, or is that even a thing? Could people feel supported enough to feel like they don't have to leave? And then I know I've spoken to people too who grew up around Eastern North Carolina, and they understand the challenges of this place. They understand, the pull to leave, but because of their experience, because of, again, their roots to this place, they feel like, while they don't need to move, regardless of what happens, they would slug it out here, so I wonder how something like that plays out. So Patrick, I think you were saying something before the mayor called it or something. Do you remember?
Was I? Well, I can say for sure that, as I was saying, moving is Yes, Onemeo said we lost the connection, but it's fine. I believe y'all understood. Yes, we understood your
Your
take
take
on
on
it.
the video.
And
And
thank you
thank you
for
for
always sharing with us.
yeah.
It's always amazing to hear from you.
And
And
yeah,
yeah,
I was saying that it's moving
moving
is
is
right. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and okay, yeah, moving is part of life,
Oh,
and so
go
we're
ahead.
always going to, people are always going to move towards greener pastures, as Onemeo said.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, I had something in mind. I am in North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being a student at ECU, I meet people from all over the world,
Right.
including the US, from different parts of the US, not just North Carolina.
Right.
I've only met a few people that say I'm from Greenville, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Like I know, being an RA, I have residents from, say, as far as Massachusetts,
Oh wow.
as far
Fascinating.
as New York, as far as um somebody said they're from what's the state that connects the US to Canada?
Maine?
Yes, somebody
Is
said
that
they're
Maine?
yes, somebody said
Oh
they're
wow,
from
look at
Maine.
me. I'm
Yeah,
proud of myself.
you're a geography major.
What does that have
And
to do with
so
anything?
you need to know
Oh
this.
God, give me my flowers, Joe.
Yes, we have a
We
call on
have
the line.
Oh yes. Good morning. You're live on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Who do we have on the line?
Monique from Greenville, North Carolina.
Yes. How are you doing this morning, Monique?
I'm doing well. It's a great day.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you for calling in. And yes, you've been listening to the conversation. We're talking about the price of success, the cost of making it. And we're asking folks, do they need to move from where they're from? Does success mean, living where you're from or adapting to wherever you land? What do you have to tell us this morning?
So first, I think that we should all analyze what success means to us.
Mm,
When you start talking about monetarily or the manifestation of what it looks like, oh, if I stay in a larger metropolitan area, I can
hmm
have a bigger house, a bigger car, all of these things, or I can have a PhD degree. For me, success is measured by what God told me to do. If God told
mm,
me that I'm supposed to be a minister and I'm supposed to stay in a small town area, but I'm doing his will, then that's success to me. But if God told me to go and create a nation, then that's success to me. So I think that whatever God told you to do, he will align you for wherever you're supposed to be.
mm,
So if he told me to be a cosmetologist, I'm supposed to be in Charlotte, then I'm going to be successful because I'm walking according to the precepts and the principles and the assignment that God gave me. A
mm,
lot of times we follow the trend. We'll say, oh, I'm going to live here. Because I remember when I graduated high school, all of my friends went off to college. I stayed and became a cosmetologist. But when some of my friends came home to say, how's life? Because my assignment was to become a licensed cosmetologist and a salon owner at 18. My first year doing hair, I made $40,000 back in
wow.
1994, 95. So that was success
Patrick
back then
wasn't born then.
because I was doing my assignment. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
Versus someone that they went to college because their parents laid off. They took a college course that they didn't want to take. They were not interested. They were just going for technology,
Mm,
knowing that they could not pass math or whatever the prime subjects were. They did it because somebody else told them to, or they did it because that was where the money was going, but that was not their assignment, that was not their passion, that was not their calling, that was not their purpose. And so we have to reanalyze what success is. And to
mm,
me, success is fulfilling what God told me to do. Because if he told me to do it, he's going to make provision for the vision. He's going to align me financially. He's going to align me in the territory. He's going to make room for my gifts. And so for me, the answer to the question is, what did God say?
hmm. That is a very, very interesting perspective. I know AY would love that, especially because, Yeah, he was just he was a pastor in practice though. But yeah, thank you so much, Monique, for sharing this very unique perspective. Thank you so much. And I hope you do, yes, I hope you do have a great, great, great rest of your day. Come on, one time for Monique. Yeah, yeah, yes. Let's unpack this. Yes, AY, I think I think you're the, I guess, the most appropriate person to speak to this. And this is something we hadn't even, thought about.
But for real, I kind of hinted at it earlier when I was talking about your journey, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as explicit
Yeah,
as she did,
obviously,
but yeah.
obviously. So I'll just delve into it. So everybody has, excuse me, has their path in life, and there is something you're supposed to do at every phase of that journey. And
Okay.
understanding it will inform where you go, what you do, what's going to be the next move as that journey is being spelled out.
Yes, Tonya on the chat. Yes, I'd like you to read that before
Okay,
you
so
continue.
Tonya says, I'm a native of ENC. I've shocked my family
Oh,
and
wow.
joined the military. I found that people stay out of fear of everything. My family had a fit when I went to NCCU. in
That's North
Ghana.
Carolina Central University.
Yeah. So
Wow.
back to what I was saying, and just to corroborate what Lily was trying to say. And Oyemi also said something about it when he was giving the examples from the Bible.
Yeah, which
You
is
know,
surprising
and
for
he
you.
gave examples of, and he gave two very interesting examples.
Okay,
The idea of
Abraham.
the part of Abraham,
Okay.
and then Naomi and Ruth.
Okay,
In the case of Naomi and Ruth, they moved out of somewhere thinking that the place is bad,
right.
and where they moved to ended up being the problem,
Once.
and then
Okay,
they had to move back to where they were coming from.
right, right.
So that also shows that, and like Monica was saying, there is a path that everybody should follow. If God is telling you this is what you're supposed to be doing at this time, then it is going to work out well for you. But if you choose to go against that, whatever you see there,
I mean, it's interesting.
Because there are people who have moved out of the places, and that's Ruth's example was a very good example. Everybody thought, oh, this is a logical thing to do, move out of this place now. And then they ended up realizing that where they moved out from is actually where they should be.
Okay.
Right? So that happens too. Everybody thinks that, oh,
Okay.
this place is good, this place is bad. If I move to this place, I'll be fine. I know somebody personally who, I mean, it's not like it went bad for the person, though, anyways. The person moved out from Nigeria and moved to the UK. Of course, she was doing well in the UK, not like she was suffering. But when she decided to come back to Nigeria after maybe staying in the UK for like 10 years or whatever, she became even bigger in Nigeria, and her business, she started a business in Nigeria that was booming, and she became way bigger than she was in the UK. Right. So sometimes, like she said, you have to follow, that direction. What is God telling you to do? Because, like she said, if God says you should do something,
Hallelujah,
He's going to provide,
somebody.
what you need to fulfill what He has told you.
Yes, we have to go on a quick break now. Then we'll get to the last stretch of this amazing show. Still live on Pitt Perspective on Awesome Radio.
We welcome our newest station to the network of Awesome Radio, WNOS New Bern, 1450 AM and 102.3 FM.
Yes. Welcome back. I'd like us to continue because we just have a little time left. Yeah, but I wanted to speak to something you've been going on about I think I probably would butcher it, but something around if God tells you to move to somewhere, when God leads you. But I mean, for a lot of our listeners, I imagine we have both Christians and even folks who are. Yes, we have another caller on the line. Yes, good morning. You're live on Awesome Radio on Pete Perspectives. Who do we have on the line? Hey, yes, how are you doing this morning, Annie?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, we're doing well, dude. We're doing well, doing well. Yes, Annie, you've been listening to the show, so I guess I'll just let you tell us what you have for us this morning.
Yeah, I think for me, success looks different for
Mm,
everybody. For some people staying where they are
mm-hmm,
is what success is. Some is like living wherever they are is like celebration to them. But
mm-hmm.
I think the most important thing is choosing the environment that helps you become your best self. So yeah.
Choosing the environment that helps you become your best self. That
Mm-hmm.
is interesting. So this is different from all the different things, right? If it means
Yeah.
staying true to where you're from or adapting
Mm-hmm.
to, yeah. But now, so I wonder, is it even possible to know, for instance, can one know what environment would be, best for their success or something? Or is it always a chance? You get what I mean? What do you
Yes,
think?
I guess for me, as someone who left home, right, the hardest part was not really the adapting, but like the invisible cost, like, the loneliness, the culture shift, and
Hmm.
missing things I'm used to. Which, from my perspective, I feel like that pushed me to become a better person and help
Hmm.
me grow.
That is incredible. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's a very interesting and different perspective from what we've been hearing all day. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for sharing with us, Annie. And I hope you do have a great rest of your day. Come on, one time for Annie. Yes, 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 yes. We'll have some. The chat is,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
go
I
ahead.
was going to
It's
read
going
into
on.
that.
Yes, thanks to everyone who's engaging with us on the chat, whether it's, any of the social media. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Ewa.
want to read comments. And she said, Abraham is a great example. He stayed where he was not supposed to do and ended up having to lie and almost got killed before he got back
Oh,
in
okay.
alignment with God.
Interesting.
Everyone else said, leaving UK to Nigeria and becoming bigger is part of the moving process. Leaving where you are to another location.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So I wish we had more time because I wanted to unpack this. Yeah, it's easy to take it for granted and gloss over the fact that you said, you know, I guess moving where God wants you to, or listening to God, or moving with God's direction. And again, if that's your life, if that's something, if that's a relationship you have, if that's something you already do, it's easier to take that for granted, right? Now, I say that to say that for a lot of people, they might not even know what that means as far as, following God's direction or listening to what God is telling them or something. And I say that as a preacher's kid, who grew up in the church and all that. But I also understand that for a lot of people, they don't even know what that looks like. You get what I mean? So I'm wondering what that would look like to someone who probably doesn't know what God's direction would look like in their lives, or who doesn't know what hearing from God looks like.
Yes.
Too.
So, well,
Sean is yes,
yes,
yes.
I have
Patrick is
just we have just few minutes to do this, but I'll see
yeah.
how much of it I can say anyways. But the first and most important thing is to have a relationship with God to start with, right?
Okay.
And I'm a Christian, I'm supposed to talk as a Christian. So
We know, yeah.
so
We are
I don't know what
too.
it
We
means.
are too.
I don't know what it means in yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Hello?
Good morning. Yeah, you're live on Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Who do we have on the line?
Good morning, it's Nisha.
How are you doing this morning, Danishika?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. We're doing well. Yes, I'm sure you've been listening to the show already. Yes. What do you have to tell us before we have to leave? Yeah.
So I definitely agree with the last caller. Your
Hmm.
gift will definitely make room for you
Hmm.
wherever you go. I also believe that a lot of people settle.
Hmm.
They just, especially like in my family, a lot of people just, they're just working to live. There's like
Hmm.
very little people doing what they actually would want to
Oh,
do
wow.
or passionate about what they're doing. So sometimes it takes moving away
Hmm.
to tap into, that motivation and that passion
Hmm.
to really be successful. A lot of people just settle like I was born here, I'm gonna be here forever, this is it. And, sometimes some people just need to move and tap into that that motivation to become
Wow.
successful.
That's a very interesting perspective and something we haven't had here. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Denishika. Come on, one time for Denishika. Yes, that is incredible. Wow. We've had, I mean, well, it's big perspectives. We've had as many perspectives as possible. Yes, but thank you so much. Yes, I wanted to mention because we are out of time. Yes, we have the St. James United Methodist Church. We have a Thanksgiving event. The goal is to, do about 1,800 to 1,000 Thanksgiving meals. Yes, and it's free and open to the community. I think that will be on the Thursday, the 27th of November, and it's from 11 o'clock to 3 p.m. I mean, if you can't come, you can call in and have it delivered to you. From all of us here on Pitt Perspectives, thank you for staying with us. We'll see you same time, same station next week. Boom.